Hey guys, today I want to talk a little bit about getting emotional. You know, this is a weird thing that happened with me, and maybe it's something that you guys are experiencing as well. And this might just be something that's more specific for the dads and the guys out there. But prior to the breakup, I personally I wasn't a very emotional guy. You know, it wasn't one of those things where I could watch a commercial or a movie and get really upset. I mean, every once in a while something would kind of, tug at the heartstrings. But it really seemed that once the relationship fell apart and I was dealing with the aftermath, it was like everything really touched me more or affected me differently. And I know for me personally, I thought that was a little weird because I wasn't really the way I was prior to this. And I don't know, I mean, maybe it's one of those things where it's just, the age, the way you grow up. I mean, in my generation, boys and men weren't really encouraged to express their feelings or even connect with their feelings. So, I mean, I'm sure that has a lot to do with it. But it was bizarre because, it was weird. I mean, like, music would impact me differently. Commercials, movies, I mean, just a laundry list of different things that would really kind of set me off. And I got a comment from somebody the other day where they were kind of mentioning this, and it got me thinking about my own experiences with this and how it felt kind of weird, right? I mean, it was one of those things where it was like, well, what is this coming from, And I think part of the issue is, when you're in an environment where you're not really encouraged to feel to be yourself, to feel your feelings, that, you kind of get stuck in that little box, and then all those emotions and everything get pent up and repressed. And then when you're dealing with this situation, in the initial stages, it's so overwhelming that I don't think you can help but to have an emotional response on a bunch of different things. And then what I think happens is I think as you are working on yourself and you're learning more, you're kind of chipping away at those defenses, and you're feeling that, it's okay to be more true to yourself. Now, I'm not saying that guys are going to run out and start, weeping next to their buddies, because I don't think that's going to happen. At least that wasn't the case with me. But, there are things that have impacted me in a way that I just didn't expect. Now, it's gotten better, right? I mean, I would say over the years, a lot of different things would trigger me. Oh my gosh, it would be just, it was kind of weird, just the different things that could kind of set me off or just have emotions overwhelm me. And to be honest, that was one of the reasons why when I tried EMDR, it didn't really work well for me, because it was just too much. It was too much emotions, too much. It felt like, the dam was getting ready to burst, and at that stage in my life, I couldn't handle it. I think that if I was to try to do that again now, I probably could, but at this stage in my life, I don't really feel that I have a need to do that. But I'll tell you, if things digressed or if I started having a backslide, I would absolutely look into EMDR again, because even though I didn't successfully go through it, I see a lot of value in it, and I could see how it could potentially help. And had I been able to break through that, it probably would have been different. But that's not necessarily the point of this video. What I wanted to chat about is, if you're a guy and you're finding yourself being super emotional about things, it's okay. Don't think that there's something wrong with you. You're just working through all of this. If you're at that stage, I would encourage you to find a really good therapist. I had a therapist when I was going through that, and it did help. To be honest, I don't know if I ever actually talked to her about that particular issue. But, you know, it's just, you've gone through a lot. You're dealing with a lot. You're dealing with just more than you probably ever would have imagined would have been possible. So give yourself a break and don't beat yourself up on this type of stuff. And, you know, honestly, I think it's for me, it's been more healthy, a healthier expression to be in tune with that. Now, again, I am not, I mean, I guess to be perfectly honest, it's a little bizarre that I'm talking about this on camera, because this isn't necessarily something that I'm going to talk about a lot in person, and it's not something that I'm going to necessarily, you know, do a lot around other people. I'm still, I'm still relatively private, which seems kind of ironic in the context of a YouTube channel. But I think if you're going through that, just know it's part of it. And I would also say, you know, feel good about it, because you're actually connecting to your true self. And that's a really amazing thing. And the other thing I would add on that is, and I don't know if this will be easy to process, but what I would say is, when you're going through this and it feels so devastating and it feels just horrible, try to keep in the back of your mind that the growth that comes from this can really be amazing. And I know that may not sound, I don't know, maybe it sounds positive because you're like, oh, okay, well, there is a payoff at the end of this stage of this, as opposed to just feeling like you've been, you know, run through a meat grinder. And I really do believe that. I really believe that by working on this, not focusing on the anger and hate, I mean, you have to go through that, but trying to really take a step back and take a bigger picture view or a higher level view of your life really gives you the opportunity to grow in ways that you probably never would have even imagined. On that, I'm going to wrap this video up. Hopefully you're doing well, and I will chat with you guys in the next video. Take care.